Welcome. Namaste. Thank you for joining me here on Studio B from my home in Manasquan, New Jersey. An hour of balancing yin and yang. Continuing with the wood element as it is spring, stimulating qi flow into the liver and gallbladder. I'd like to offer you a practice with a lot of twists today. I know in the yoga world, they like to say that a lot of twisting is detoxing for the body. I'm not really sure if that's actually physiologically true. Um, Nonetheless, twisting does stimulate blood and qi flow into the liver, so it definitely helps to stimulate the function of the liver. And since the liver is the organ that detoxes stuff from our food that we can't digest, I'm sure it will help in one way or another. And if nothing else, I like twisting because it feels good to my spine too. So yes, exactly. It loosens things up. So we'll start standing with for some shaking. Since we're pretending that we can detox our body with this practice, it's nice to start getting rid of some heaviness in the body, some sluggishness, some tension. So feet can be any distance apart that feels comfortable, knees loose. Let your tailbone be heavy, belly relaxed, and just starting to bounce up and down. Shaking your hands. And you could make this as vigorous as you like. So you could lift your heels off the floor. And if it feels good to you, you could even literally jump up and down. And make sure that you keep moving, maybe even gently shaking the head, shaking your booty, your shoulders. Exhaling through the mouth now and then to release any excess energy, any still air from the lungs. Keep your weight heavy, or rather downward, so the energy goes into the belly, into the legs, rather than up to your head. And if you like, horse lips are always a great way to relax your face. And just a few moments longer. It's like I've used this metaphor before, scrubbing a dirty pan with a scrub sponge. You're just getting all the big dirt loosened up here. So just let it go for a few more moments. And then slowly come to stillness. You're welcome to close your eyes if that feels appropriate and take a moment to notice how your body feels right now. Perhaps a little lighter, more expansive. Maybe you feel a little more awake and alert. Open your eyes slowly if they're closed, and then come to sit. And using this awareness of expansion of life force of chi in our body to have an awareness of how it is now. Allowing eyes to close or lower your gaze. And just for a moment, can you try not to be aware? And you may notice that that's actually not possible. So notice what is in your awareness right now. Awareness of your body, sensations, any feelings. You may notice thoughts, sounds. But can you allow yourself to be in this expansive awareness of what is happening now? Observing this moment without the burden of judgment. However it is now, it doesn't have to be any other way. Slowly place your hands on your heart center, bringing awareness closer. Noticing your hands and their touch on your chest. Noticing the beating of your heart. Reminding yourself to practice with loving kindness, to honor your body, mind, and heart where they're at. Cultivating this quality of loving every being equally, without distinction. And that in itself is the biggest detox that we could do. for ourselves and the world at large. Take a nice deep breath in and let it go with a sigh. Slowly release your hands as you open your eyes. And as you inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, reaching over to the left. As you inhale, come back to center, left arm comes up. And as you exhale, twist to your right, left hand to your right knee. Inhale to center, right arm up. Exhale, reach over to your left. As you inhale, left arm lifts and you come up to center and exhale, twist to your right, left hand to right knee. Inhale again to center, right arm up, exhale, reaching left. And inhale to center, left arm up and exhale, twist right. We'll do this a few more times, going at your own pace. You can look over your right shoulder or not, depending on what feels good for your neck. Allowing the spine to elongate, creating space between the vertebrae. And then gently squeezing your inner organs on each twist. One more. Inhale back to center, reach the left arm up. Exhale, reach over to your right. And as you come up, inhale, lift the right arm up. And on your exhale, twist left, right hand to left knee. Inhale to center, left arm up. Exhale, reach to your right. Inhale to center, right arm up. And exhale, twist left. So again, at your own pace, continuing in the opposite direction. Practicing with his intention to create space and release that what doesn't serve you. Whether it is toxins in the body, unwholesome thoughts, unsavory habits. One more here. And as you inhale, come back to center. Both arms reach up. Stay here with your arms up as you let the sits bones drop down into the floor. Relax your shoulders. See if you can soften the front ribs and lift up the back ribs. Deep breath in and exhale, release your hands down. If you're sitting on a blanket or something else, move it to the side. Then bring your right thigh parallel to the short side of your mat and your left shin parallel to the other short end of your mat. So your right knee points to the left and your left knee points in the same direction, but both knees are bent. And then carefully bring your hands on the floor to line up with your shoulders and lift the heart so that you're arching your lower back a little bit to tilt the pelvis. And as you exhale, come down onto your elbows. So we'll start here with a yin pose this twist. So make sure that your lower back is okay here. And if it is, you could lower yourself all the way down to the floor, resting your head. If that feels too much, then just stay up on your elbows. Allowing your shoulders to square off to the front of your mat. There is an internal rotation across over the body of the right thigh. Especially the left shoulder, let it release. You may notice the squeeze in the belly area. And momentarily minimizing blood flow or changing the blood flow there so that when you come out, there's this fresh flush of blood through the organs. And one of the ways to detox our mind is to become aware of the difference between wholesome, unwholesome, and neutral thoughts. So unwholesome thoughts are any thoughts that are negative, that are unkind, untrue, that are in one way or another not serving anyone. And so when we become more aware of the quality of our thoughts, then we can actually change them and replace unwholesome thoughts for wholesome thoughts, or at best neutral. And take 2 more deep breaths in here. See if you can widen your rib cage on the inhale to the sides, creating space for your lungs. And then slowly help yourself up using your hands and twisting. You can straighten out your legs. Slowly come down onto your elbows and then rest your head. Just being in this neutral position where you can maybe feel the flush of blood and chi back into your abdomen. And then bend your knees, placing feet on the floor. Slide your hands under your buttocks, palms facing down. Extend your legs up towards the ceiling, making Barbie feet, toes flexed, feet pointed. On your exhale, lift your head and shoulders. Look to your belly button. Keep your shoulders relaxed, belly engaged. On your exhale, lower your legs almost to the floor. Let them hover there. Pull belly button down to the ground. Shoulders relax. You may shake a little bit here. Bring your awareness into the hara, the lower belly. And if you can, on your next exhale, hinge up to sit. And then bend your knees again. This time your left thigh will be parallel to the front short edge of your mat. And the right shin will be parallel to the other short edge of your mat. Hands on the floor in line with your shoulders. And then allow the pelvis to tilt, just arching the lower back a little bit as if you're coming into a back bend. And then as you exhale, come down onto your elbows to start. And taking a moment to check in with your lower back, and you could stay here, or if it feels okay for your back, you could lower down towards the floor, resting your head there. And see if you can relax the belly. Let it just hang. I remember a specific time in my life where I was not in a good place, and every time I would go home after work at night, it was particularly bad, and on the train I would have all these negative thoughts, and at some point I realized that I could change that by forcing myself, I didn't know how else to put it at that time, to think about something positive instead. So every time I noticed that I was feeling sad and realized that it was because I was thinking unwholesome thoughts, I purposefully chose to think about something that made me happy or that was helpful, supportive. And it really helped. It really worked. And so initially it may feel a little forced and unnatural, but it truly is a way to train the brain to get out of the grooves that it's stuck in, the neural pathways that we've created our entire life to think in certain terms, to think in certain ways, to have these immediate reactions to situations that we are familiar with, and instead being really active in changing those neural pathways by deliberately changing what we're thinking. And take 2 more breaths here. And then slowly support yourself with your hands coming back up. Extending your legs. Come down onto your elbows. And rest your head. Noticing now the wide space that your organs have to expand and absorb fresh blood and chi. And then bend your knees again. Bring your knees in towards your chest and let them come down to the left, keeping your knees very close to your chest. So you again have this sense that the abdomen are being gently squeezed. So you're in a spinal twist here. You could have your left hand rest on your knees. And the right arm can extend away from the right shoulder at shoulder height. And your head can be in any direction that feels comfortable for your neck. But most importantly is really pull the knees close up towards your chest. So there's really this sense of, again, compressing the belly area. Allowing the belly to be soft, relaxing the right shoulder. And as you're here in this twist, can you just label each thought that you are aware of with wholesome, unwholesome, or neutral? And it may be that that feels so cumbersome that you stop thinking altogether. And that's a very nice effect of it too. Two more deep breaths here. You may notice that when you breathe in deeply, that lifts the right shoulder a little bit. And then when you exhale, the right shoulder can release a little bit more. And then carefully, one at a time, bring your knees back up, placing your feet on the floor for a moment. Pausing in neutral. And then bring your knees close into your chest again, keeping them close to your chest. Bringing them down to the right into a twist again. The right hand can rest on your knees and really pull the knees high up towards your chest. Left arm extended away from the shoulder. Your head can be turned to the left or in the center or even to the right if you like. And since thoughts lead to words and words to action, it matters what we're thinking, especially when we're having unwholesome thoughts. They will result in negative speech and unskillful action. And so if we can prevent that from happening by changing that pattern at the beginning of it, so there where the thoughts arise, and then ultimately we can change our behavior in such a way that it becomes more skillful and more beneficial to ourselves and those around us. So one more breath here. Slowly bring your knees back to center, feet on the floor. Taking a moment to let the whole abdominal region settle. Place your hands under your buttocks again, palms facing down. Extend your legs up towards the ceiling, making Barbie feet, reaching through the balls of the feet. Exhale, lift your head and shoulders. Take another breath. Exhale, lower your legs almost to the floor. Pull the belly button down to the ground. Relax your shoulders. Take a nice breath in. Exhale, hinge up to sit. And from here, come onto your hands and knees. You're welcome to take a blanket. We won't be here very long. And bring your hands a little further away from your shoulders and begin to make some movements with the pelvis. Just moving some chi around. And change direction. I have a squeaking floorboard under my right knee, I'm noticing here. And then slowly make your movements a little bit smaller. And eventually coming back to stillness. And walk your hands back under your shoulders. Curl the toes under, and on your exhale, lift your hips up into a downward facing dog, knees slightly bent, and take a little time here to move in any way that feels good. Stretching the back of your legs, maybe even moving your hips around or moving the shoulders. And then slowly come to stillness. Knees slightly bent, really lift the sits bones up towards the ceiling. Bringing front ribs together and widen your collarbones, your armpits to stabilize the upper back.
Pressing the floor away with your hands and pull your triceps up towards your shoulders, but shoulders stay away from your ears. Take a nice breath in and a full breath out. Your next inhale, right foot forward, left knee down. Inhale, right arm out and up, twisting, reaching right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Hug the right inner thigh in towards your belly, so press the big toe down. Press down into the left hand and reach up through the right. Deep breath. As you exhale, reach the right arm back behind you. Lower it down to the floor. Move your hips back. Flex the front foot. Take a nice deep breath. As you exhale, bend your front knee. Step forward into a forward fold. Bend your knees slightly, roll up one vertebra at a time. Head is last to lift, arms reach out and up. And as you exhale, fold forward again. Step the right foot back, lower the right knee. Inhale, left arm out and up, twisting to your left. Right buttock is engaged. Hug the right side of the rib cage towards the left inner thigh. Lifting up through the left fingertips, squeezing the left inner thigh in towards the midline. Deep breath. Exhale, reach the left arm back behind you. Lower it to the floor. Bring your hips back. Straighten the front leg. Flex your front foot. Inhale, bend the front knee. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Knees slightly bend. Nice long spine. Your next inhale, right foot forward, left knee down. Hug the inner thighs, engage your left buttock. Inhale, arms reach out and up. As you exhale, reach forward. Keep your spine nice and long, arms extended. Really strong in the legs, hugging inner thighs. As you exhale, twist to your right, left elbow over the knee, palms together. So you're twisting to your right. Keep your legs stable so the pelvis stays stable, and from the pelvic floor you extend the spine, twisting, hugging everything in towards the midline, keeping the shoulder blades stable on your back. Take another breath. As you exhale, untwist. Curl the back toes. As you exhale, straighten both legs, lifting the hips. You can be on your fingertips or hands can be on blocks. If you can, flex the front foot. Nice deep breath. Exhale, bend the front knee. Step left foot forward. Exhale. Inhale, roll up, knees slightly bent. Head is the last to lift, arms reach out and up. And on your exhale, fold forward again. Step the right foot back, lower the knee. As you inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale, reach the spine forward. Nice long spine. Legs are super strong. Right buttock is engaged. Keep the length in your spine as you twist to your left, right elbow over your left knee, palms together. Really use the strength of your legs, the stability of your pelvis, and then the twist in the abdomen rather than your elbow to help yourself into this twist. Ground through the front foot and the back toes. Deep breath. Exhale, untwist, hands down, curl the back toes, straighten both legs, lifting your hips. Square the hips as you flex the front foot if you can. Nice deep breath. Inhale one more time. Exhale, bend your front knee. Step back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Full breath out. On your next inhale, right foot forward. Keep the left leg straight this time, but if you need to lower the knee, you can do that at any time. Inhale, right arm out and up. Nice open twist here. But keep the right thigh hugging in. The hip straight behind your knee. Shoulders stack as best as you can. Back heel is reaching back. Deep breath. Exhale, reach the right arm back behind you. Lower it to the floor. Straighten the front leg. Square your hips. So pull the right hip back. Ground the right big toe. Micro bend in the right knee. The left hand slides back under your left shoulder. Can be on a block. Right arm reaches out and up. Twisting again. Keep your hips square. Hugging inner thighs. Pull your belly button back to your spine. Nice deep breath. Exhale again. Reach the right arm back behind you. Lower it to the floor. Step forward. Forward fold. Slight bend in the knees as you roll up. One vertebra at a time. Arms reach out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Step your right foot back into a lunge. The knee can come down if you need to. As your legs are nice and strong, inhale, left arm out and up. Twist to your left. Ground the front foot. Press back through the right heel. And then from pressing back through the right heel, you reach up from the tailbone through the pelvic floor. The whole spine elongates out through the crown of your head. It's as if you're twisting around your own spine. Deep breath. Exhale, left arm reaches back, lowers to the floor. As you inhale, straighten the front leg, square your hips. Spine is long. Right hand slides back a little bit under your, so that this under your shoulder can be on a block. Left arm reaches out and up. Keep your hips square. Micro bend in the front knee so you're not locking that left knee. Hug the inner thighs as a counterbalance to twisting the upper body to the left. Belly button hugs in. Nice deep breath. Exhale, left arm reaches back behind you. Lower to the floor, bend your front knee, step back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Sigh it out. Walk your hands towards your feet this time into a forward fold. Let your head hang and step your feet together so your legs make one. Bend your knees, belly coming on your thighs, send your sits bones way back behind you. And as you inhale, come up into chair pose. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, bring your palms together and twist to your right. Hook the left elbow over the right knee and look down to your feet and your knees. Make sure that your knees stay next to each other so that you're not creeping forward with the left knee. Hug the inner thighs together. Inhale, elongate your spine. And exhale, maybe twist a little bit more. Keep reaching your sits bones back. Crown of your head forward. Nice deep breath. One more breath. Exhale, untwist, fold forward, straighten your legs for a moment, let your head hang. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale again, bend your knees, coming into chair pose, arms reach up, weight is in your heels. Take a breath in. On your exhale, twist to your left, palms together, right elbow over left knee. Look towards your knee. Make sure that your right knee doesn't creep forward of the left. Inhale, elongate spine, and exhale, twist maybe a little bit further. Squeezing your inner thighs, send your sits bones back. Weight is in your heels. Spine is long. One more breath. Exhale, folding forward, straighten your legs. Deep breath in. Sigh it out. Let your head hang. And slowly walk your hands forward into a downward facing dog. Deep breath in here. And exhale, sigh it out again. One more round here. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, right arm out and up, twisting to your right. Reach the arm back behind, lower to the floor. Straighten the front leg, square the hips. Right arm out and up, twisting to your right as you keep the hips square. Reach the right arm back behind you. Lower it to the floor. Bend the front knee, step forward, forward fold. Bend your knees, slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Arms reach out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Step your right foot back. Exhale, left arm out and up, twisting left. Reach the left arm back behind, lower to the floor. Lift the hips, straighten the front leg. Inhale, left arm out and up. Keep your hips square. Exhale, reach the arm back behind you. Lower to the floor. Bend the front knee. Step back. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in and let it go with a sigh. Inhale to your knees. Exhale. Child's pose. Rest your head. Knees can be together or they can be wide. One more breath here. Inhale, come up to your hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward between your hands. And as you straighten the front leg, step the back foot a little closer so the foot can actually be on the floor. Toes pointing rather forward than out so that you can square your hips. Your left hand can stay on the floor under your left shoulder for a little more, I wanted to say advanced, but I don't like that word. Experienced version. You could place your left hand on the outside of your right foot. Bring your right hand to your lower back. Hug the inner thighs in. Stabilize your legs. Inhale, elongate your spine, really long. And then as you exhale, you twist to your right. You could extend the right arm up. Revolved Triangle pose. Really squeezing the inner thighs as the belly twisting to the right. The inner organs getting a good squeeze out too. Deep breath. Exhale, reach the right arm behind, lower to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, step the left foot forward. And then as you straighten both legs, step the right foot a little bit closer so your heel can be on the floor. Toes are turned forward rather than out, squaring the hips. Right hand can stay right under the right shoulder or place it on the outside of the left foot. Can be on a block. Left hand to your lower back. Inhale, squeeze the inner thighs, elongate your spine. Exhale, twist to your left. Belly button hugs into the spine. Maybe your left arm comes up towards the ceiling. Really elongate the spine. Super strong legs. Notice if you're still breathing. What are you thinking right now? Deep breath. Exhale, untwist. Step back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, sigh it out. Inhale to your knees. Exhale, you can sit on your heels for a moment. If that doesn't work for you, sit in any other way. Just to let the blood and chi recirculate in the abdominal region after all this twisting, being upside down. And then slowly make your way down to the floor, resting your head, bringing your feet together, knees apart in butterfly, so there's a nice distance between the groin and your heels. It's getting a nice inner thigh stretch after all that engaging of the adductors, the inner thigh muscles. Hands could be resting on your belly or arms extended away from your body. Allowing eyes to close. Right now, there's nothing you need to do. Trusting that your practice has stimulated the blood flow and the chi flow in such a way that it invited the liver to really amp up its function of detoxification and mindfulness of your attention helping to detoxify your mind. And so let the effects of your practice settle in for now. You could stay in the butterfly pose, or if you like, straighten out your legs. And resting here a few more moments. Feel free to stay here as long as you need to absorb your practice, to let your body rest. And when you feel ready, slowly bring your knees into your chest. Circle your ankles a few times. And in your own way, carefully come up to sit. And closing your eyes for another moment or softening your gaze. Noticing the effects of your practice. Maybe you feel a little more spacious, unburdened. And bring your palms together in front of your heart and bow your head. It's a gesture of gratitude towards yourself for taking the time to practice today. And as a gesture of offering the benefits of our practice to all beings. And thank you so much for joining me here.